Welcome to the first All Blacks announcement of 2026. We're here at the home of Fielding Yellows, one of the oldest clubs in the Manawatu. They're 148 years old and they've had 3 All Blacks, headlined by our very own Aaron Smith. Today is the best day of the year. Dave Rennie is revealing his first ever All Black squad, and it is such a privilege. It doesn't matter whether you're a Centurion or you're hearing your name read out for the very first time. So let's see who he's got in his squad.
Kia ora team, welcome into this breakdown special here on Sky Sport. Yes, the day has finally arrived, one of the most anticipated All Black squad announcements in recent memory. Dave Rennie's first squad as All Blacks head coach. 34 players named today in fielding. To discuss it with me, Jeff Wilson, James Parsons. Goldie, you haven't been able to sit still all morning.
Well, since last night and the show last night in terms of preparation for this day, and this is one of my favourite days of the year. Kirsty has already said that, because ultimately we get to see the first squad, the All Black squad that starts Dave Rennie's campaign. This is draft day for me. This is draft day in New Zealand sport, because we find out whether there are some new players, Chipper, who get the opportunity to wear the All Black jersey. Let's go, let's get it started, let's not waste any time.
I'm with you. I think the exciting thing off the back of a fantastic Super Rugby season and a final that will go down in history, I'm most excited to see who's played themselves in, who's played them into an All Black opportunity for the first time. And I agree with you, it is draft day. Like across our country, everyone's probably written their squads and want to see what they got right and what they got wrong, so it's set up perfectly.
You both know what it feels like to be named in the All Blacks, what this day will mean for these young men. Some have been named, of course, for the first time. But when we look, Goldie, at what's on the cards for the All Blacks next week against France in Christchurch, the first test, then Italy and Wellington, of course, Ireland to finish the Nations Championship at Eden Park. It's not too far away.
How you start everything could be how you set up the whole season. So for Dave Rennie, his coaching staff, and this includes Graham Henry in terms of Ted's back, that all of a sudden it's, okay, how do you get the job done? How do you start your season? Who are the players who are going to be influential? Who's going to lead this side going forward? We're going to find out so much in the next hour about what the next month is going to be like.
The captain's a big one, of course. Who is named the All Blacks captain with no Scott Barrett? But also, how many Hurricanes are going to be involved after what we saw on the weekend in Wellington? Yeah,
well, you have to think a number of them have forced their way into the side. Maybe some coming back, some returning, and then some new faces. You can't ignore what they've done. Like it is, and I think it's been most special the way they've performed quarterfinal, semi-final, and the final. The way they've delivered on that skill set under the most pressure gives you confidence they're test match ready.
Look, we've all written our teams down, and I've had multiple versions, and guys in and out, and I certainly won't get it right. And I'm looking forward to hearing who are those players that have forced their way in. And every year, Jeff, the same thing. There is someone that surprises you. There's always someone who has done something through the course of the last couple of months, or has been sitting outside, and they get an opportunity. There's someone that catches you a little bit on the hop, but that's great, because that means the coaches, they're seeing something that you might have missed.
And I think this coaching group is about the characteristics. They back themselves to coach the skill set. I think it's a lot to do with the character and having a robust nature to get through what will be a gruelling game plan at test match level.
And Goldie, it's always great to look at the first squad, because it gives you an idea, an indication about where this coaching group, where they want to go, the style of play, the players that they select, and how they're going to do that.
One consistent word: optimism. They want to play with optimism. That tells me they're looking at people who can be creative, the fact they want to use the ball, the fact that they're maybe a little bit less kicking, specific skill sets, but all will be revealed, right? The fact that we can speculate as much as we possibly can, but it's up to these wise men, this group, and they'll define their legacy. It starts today, and I can't wait to see it.
How exciting is this day, if you can wind the clock back perhaps to when you were named for the All Blacks for the very first time, this day being given that call-up?
Yeah, I think for your first time, you're hopeful but never expect it. So you're probably more nervous going into this naming, and you'll be sitting there with your family and friends and hoping for it. I've also been on the other side where your name's not called, so it can be a catch-22.
The toughest part when you're a Wilson is alphabetical order. That is the hardest part about it, was when you're hearing the names, getting around it, hold on, you're counting the names, going to yourself, where am I at? Where am I sitting right now? There's room for a Wilson, and you finally get there in the end. It is a great feeling. It's an amazing feeling, but it is just the beginning. It's just the start. There are expectations that come with that. And for a lot of these guys, they know how tough it's going to be once they get there.
Well, the day is finally here. The 34-man squad, the first of Dave Rennie's tenure as All Black Blacks head coach. What a great Super Rugby season. It has been plenty of players putting their hands up. A fantastic final on the weekend in Wellington. The Hurricanes, of course, blowing away the Chiefs. A number of players putting their hands up there. Who will be named in this All Blacks squad? A number of pundits, Goldie, Jip, they've had their teams written down for weeks. They've thrown them out, haven't they, Goldie?
You've written your team down. You tell me you've written your team down.
Well, mine's just full of Highlanders, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I know there's an element of bias, but you talk about fans. We've all sat down there, and there's plenty of analysts out there. There's plenty of people who've speculated in the media. But if I look at it, Jipper, and you start breaking down numbers and statistics, like I say, how the All Blacks are going to play. This is a new regime. This is not going to be easy. I'll give you a number. There's 24 tests before a possible quarter-final against South Africa. That's where I've worked my way back from. So there's a lot of work that's got to be done.
And we've got to bear in mind, too, that whoever does not get selected today, there is a tour against South Africa just around the corner where they'll expand the squad by around 10 players. So that is worth bearing in mind, too. Right, it is about time to head to the Fielding Yellows Rugby Club in the Manawatu for Dave Rennie's first All Black squad, the 34-man squad, and New Zealand Rugby Chairman David Kirk with the announcement.
Starts now. And it is my pleasure to welcome up our New Zealand Rugby Chair, David Kirk, to name our first All Black squad of 2026.
Thank you, Kirsty. Kia ora katoa katoa. I'm honoured to announce the 34-man All Black squad for the Nations Championship Southern Series. I know that this squad has been selected following countless hours of thorough analysis and rigorous debate by All Blacks head coach Dave Rennie and his fellow selectors Sir Graham Henry and Neil Barnes, as well as the wider coaching team of Mike Blair, Fa'alogo Tana Umanga and Jason Ryan. So thank you all for the careful consideration that you have put into your first All Black squad. The squad is Asafa Auamua, Bowden Barrett, Geordie Barrett, George Bauer, Leroy Carter, Caleb Clark, Sam Darry, Ethan de Groot, Fehi Whinianganofo, Luke Jacobson, Will Jordan, Peter Lackey, Anton Leonard-Brown, Tyrell Lomax, Josh Lord, Ruben Love, Damien McKenzie, Josh Morby, Fletcher Newell, Xavier Numia, Simon Parker, Kyle Preston, Billy Proctor, Cortez Ratima, Cam Roygard, Adi Sabia, Anton Segner, Wallace Satiti, Samasoni Tokiyahu, Cody Taylor, Pasilio Tossi, Sa'u Patrick Tuipalotu, Quinn Tupaia, Tupo Vai, and as temporary injury cover, Jamie Hanna. The All Blacks captain will be Adi Savia. A big congratulations to all players selected today and to your families, who I know will be very proud. A special congratulations to our new All Blacks captain, Adi Savia, and to those players who have been named in their first All Blacks squad. We are lucky enough to have 4 of those new players and our new captain with us today. So can we all please give a hearty welcome to Xavier Numia, Anton Segner, Fehi Whinianganofo, Josh Morby and Captain Adi Savia. This is a very special rugby and Manawatu Rugby Union. Thank you for your hospitality and hosting us here today. You can boast some great names who have come through your club. You're developing some of our future stars too. 2026 is shaping up to be a hugely exciting year for New Zealand rugby, from club rugby to the international stage. Super Rugby brought the excitement again this year. Congratulations to the Hurricanes for your richly deserved title last Saturday. Super Rugby Aupiki has just kicked off with record numbers attending the opening game. And the Seven Circuit has seen some impressive performances by our teams and another world title for our women. Provincial rivalries are about to be reignited with the MPC and the Farah Palmer Cup. Our under-20s are about to compete in the Junior World Championship in Georgia. The Black Ferns have a huge season ahead with 8 tests at home and abroad against the world's best. And in a few hours, our Māori All Blacks squad will be announced at Oraki Marae in Auckland. Then, of course, there is the All Blacks season. 13 All Blacks test matches and 17 games in total. The inaugural Rugby's Greatest Rivalry tour in South Africa, the Bledisloe Cup, and the inaugural Nations Championship, which kicks off in just under a fortnight at the magnificent new Christchurch Stadium. It's a massive year, and we can't wait. To our 2026 All Blacks, this is your moment. Embrace each challenge and wear the black jersey with the pride that it demands. We know that you will make our country proud. Congratulations once again to you all. Kia kaha kapa o pango.
There we go, all has been revealed. What a moment for those 4 debutantes and Dave Rennie's 34-man All Black squad for the Nations Championship. Congratulations, Anton Segner, Xavier Numere, Fehi Whineanganofo and Josh Morby. Ardie Savea, the new captain of the All Blacks. And this is the team, and straight to you, Goldie. You had a bit of a gobsmacked look on your face. You too, Chip. Goldie, initial thoughts on this squad, and how many did you have right, written down on your sheet?
I got 100%. I certainly didn't get 100%, but there are some players, you know, and you're seeing them there that aren't available through injury, which opened up an opportunity for guys who showed really great form throughout Super Rugby. And I think when I look at Anton Segner, I think he's probably been the biggest mover. The fact that, you know, the Blues had some challenges, but week on week, and particularly when he took that responsibility in the 7 jersey for Dalton Papali'i, his game went to